Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Checo G, aka Vulca17. Today, I'm gonna try to give you guys a how-to uh, for a certain trophy on Crimsonland, uh, which is kind of hard and kind of not too hard to attain, but pretty much if you follow these pretty much guidelines, you pretty much will hit 500k in no time. So let's start with let's start out with perks. Now the trophy that I'm talking about is done in survival, and there's one for 250k, and then there's one for 500k. The 250k shouldn't be that difficult, but if you follow these steps, it should be pretty easy for you to attain. Now, these are the perks that you're gonna need to want to choose every single time. Now, weapons, I'll probably get on the weapons on a different video, but today I just want to explain pretty much what perks you're gonna need. Now, I'm gonna start off with the most important, and then least, so it could be pretty easy to follow. So the first perks that you're gonna want to get, and I mean these are all random perks, so you're not just gonna get them right off the bat. These are all random. You're just gonna get a selection of 4, and then you're gonna pick whichever one is best suited for you. So, but anyway, so the perks that you want to attain right off the bat, in my opinion, I would say it's kinetic, which is the hand pulling this little ball type thing. Pretty much what that does, it pretty much pulls all the power-ups towards you. And this is very, it comes in handy because if you need health or whatever, and it's behind a few enemies, then you can just pull it towards you, get close, a little close to it, and pull it towards you, which is pretty awesome. So now, a perk that's gonna pretty much complement the kinetic I would say is Man Bomb, which is this bomb right here with the face on it. Now, Man Bomb is a perk that pretty much whenever you get a power up, it pretty much explodes as soon as you touch it. So anything around it is gonna pretty much die as soon as you pick that power up. So it comes in very handy, especially when you're being crowded with enemies. Okay, so those are going to be your first 2 that I recommend attaining right off the bat. Those are your most important ones. Now, there are a few other ones that will be essential to getting far and hitting that 500k. One of these is going to be Uranium Bullet, works great, which is this bullet right here. It's just a regular bullet, and the next one I feel it's more important than that one is gonna be Poison Projectiles, which is this one. It's like a bullet with like a little smoke looking thing behind it. Poison Projectile, pretty much any projectile that touches an enemy, even though it won't kill them with the initial hit, it's gonna poison them, so they will die eventually. Like 3 seconds later, they'll eventually walk to their death and shit. So I would say that this is pretty essential to hitting that mark, because eventually you'll get to these spiders that are gonna multiply into like a shitload of spiders, and they can just fucking eat you alive. But anyway, so let's move on to the next one. Now the next one that I feel is a lot very, very, very important is gonna be the pentagram. The pentagram is pretty much like you're selling your soul to get, and it grants you the chance to attain 3 perks. So initially, when you kill a certain amount of enemies, you'll get to choose a perk. Well, if you get the pentagram as one of your perks that you can choose, it grants you the choice of 3. So it comes in very handy. Now, some more perks that are going to be essential to that is going to be the extra projectile perks, which are going to be this one right here. I forgot what it's called. This is going to give you projectiles that shoot out from you when you're reloading. So that's definitely a must. And so is this one, Cough. This one has about 12 projectiles that shoot from you, and this one has about 9 projectiles. Now there is a few other ones like I think it's one that's called ammunition within or something like that, but I forgot what that perk looked like. But this one is Cough. Cough is anytime you reload, you shoot a projectile straight ahead, and that's if it takes you about a second, it'll shoot about 3 projectiles, or like if it takes you about 2 seconds, it'll shoot like 3 projectiles while you're reloading. But that's gonna be definitely essential. Now there are a few other perks that I would recommend, like let's say for your XP, you're gonna want to get this XP triangle right here. This is gonna just give you a little more XP every time you kill enemies. Now the other one is gonna be this P right here, which is power up. The P is for power up, and it pretty much just grants a random power up every now and then. It'll just pop up out of nowhere, which is always good, because if you're low on health, you're gonna want to try to find some health somewhere, and hopefully it can randomly spawn some health for you. Now for XP again, this gift right here is gonna be pretty good. This is just, it's just 5k every single time. So as soon as you see it, just if you don't have any of these other useful perks, go ahead and grab that. I mean, I normally do that. If I don't have any perk that I really need, I'll just go ahead and pick it. Now depending on what guns you use, you're gonna want to look out for some of these perks. Like let's say you like using flamethrowers, and you're gonna want to find this Pyromaniac, and this pretty much extends the flame so that you can do damage further and more damage as well. And now me personally, I like to use an ion cannon. So this perk right here is gonna the ion cannon pretty much is it's like a chain reaction type of like arc cannon, where you pretty much shoot a giant projectile, and once it hits its target, it pretty much chain damages enemies around. So I personally like to use that ion cannon for the survival, because it just, to me, I can use it, it's more efficient for me because I can take out more enemies at once, especially if I get this perk. Now the ones that you're gonna want to avoid is probably like this one right here, because that will take your health down, and I mean it'll clear your area, but it takes your health down. I normally don't like to use anything like that. This right here is like it's kind of similar, and then I think this is kind of similar. So you're gonna want to avoid those kinds of perks. So just pay attention to the perks that I mentioned, and you should be good. Regeneration is one, which is this one right here. You're gonna need that for when you go low on health. You're definitely gonna need to use something like that. Once you use that, that allows you to get this one, which is like a regeneration master, which is just helps you regenerate a lot faster, which is awesome, and it's helpful. It definitely comes in handy. Another one that you're gonna want to use is bandage. That's for when you're very low on health. As soon as you see this, if you need that health, go ahead and take that perk. But anyway, that's pretty much what the perks that you're gonna need to use, and that's pretty much what helped me hit a million points. And I mean, I got the 500k on that one run that I did, but ever since then, I've been getting past the 5k pretty consistent. So just be sure to be keeping an eye out on those perks, and they should definitely help you out. Now weapons, that's all preference. So whatever guns that you feel more comfortable with, go ahead and use those. Now for the extra projectiles, I would recommend using something like this I don't know what this gun is called, but it's like a ray gun, kind of like, or like a sound wave gun. and extra projectiles shoot pretty much constantly when you have this weapon equipped. So that's pretty helpful. Now the gun that I use is this one. That's the ion cannon, and that's the one that chain bolts enemies. Once you hit the initial enemy, it'll chain damage other enemies around it, and that's what helped me attain 1 mil, get past 1 mil. And but that's just me. I mean, you can try any of the guns, and they can all help you out. I would say try not to use any of the normal guns, the ones up here. Those are not gonna do pretty well, or even the single round weapons are gonna do much. But that's pretty much it. That's all I can pretty much give you. The rest is just up to you and up to preference. All these weapons. But yeah, so like I said, my preferred gun was the ion cannon, and that's what helped me. So I hope this helped you guys out, and I hope you guys can hit that 500K. And but yeah, good luck. Peace.